Organic farming is a key industry in Moldova. If you were to drive through the country, you would notice farms covering vast stretches of the landscape. This farm in particular is owned and operated by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Yuri and his wife are in charge of running the farm. Yuri studied agriculture and now wants to use his knowledge as a way of reaching people for Jesus. They are starting a new agricultural school, and they hope to attract people from the local community who are interested in learning organic farming skills.
We are serving the needs of the people. Most of the people here have land, but don't know how to grow. We want to educate people to be self-sufficient.
While a lot of the planting is done in the fields, gardening and greenhouses allows them to grow year-round, even in the coldest winter. Through this program, people are connecting with Adventists in this region.
We realized that Jesus spoke about agriculture a lot in his parables. We found that when we are teaching people to grow these plants, we can't avoid talking about Jesus as we work.
The farm is part of a large piece of land owned by the Adventist Church. This site was created during the Soviet Union as a recreational area for the people who worked in the nearby city. It was an oasis for people to escape the stress of working and the challenges of daily life. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, this property was abandoned and it seemed to be forgotten. For years, Adventists in Moldova struggled to find a place to hold camp meetings, retreats, children's events, and training programs. Plans were always determined by weather and the availability of rented buildings. So when they had the opportunity to buy this property, they did. Some of the original structure still stands, but a lot of work has been put into this building to make it safe and usable. The lower floors have been finished, but the upper floors are still under construction. Church members dream of the day when they can use this building to meet together. The youth want to hold fellowship events, but usually run into problems with housing arrangements. Currently, they sleep in tents on the property. But it rains so often, they are forced to change their plans or endure the harsh weather.
We are standing on the site where the rooms will be built for the youth and children. Before, we had to worry about rain and weather. We look forward to the day when we have better sleeping arrangements, and the offerings will help to construct this.
This building's purpose is mission. Before, it was for rest and relaxation. We still want to use this place for people to come rest, but we also want them to meet and know God here.
This quarter, a portion of your 13 Sabbath offerings will help finish the living space for the dormitory area of this building. The youth will be able to schedule events with certainty. They will be able to host missionary trainings, health and educational programs, and other events to invite the community to get to know the local Adventist. Programs like these will foster a sense of missionary service.
Moldova is one of the smallest countries from the former Soviet Union. Maybe people around the world have never even heard of it. But we are so happy that the whole world church will be involved in this project. We are very happy that people will pray and help accomplish our goal this 13th Sabbath. It is also a challenge and responsibility for us to make it function because you are putting your faith in our work.
Please pray that God will allow the ministry in Moldova to grow. Thank you for supporting projects like these through your mission offerings. In the winter, people on Russia's coast can walk on water. Groups gather in the city of Vladivostok to have fun in the frozen sea, even in the coldest of temperatures. Vladivostok is a port city on the far eastern side of the country. The city's economy relies heavily on the sea for shipping and fishing. There's only one Seventh-day Adventist church to serve a population of more than 500,000 people. One way this church communicates is through a printed newspaper. This newspaper is distributed throughout the city in local territories. It has articles about health, family values, spiritual lessons, and other practical topics. Lydia had always felt a void in her life that she didn't know how to fill. She searched for years without finding anything to satisfy the emptiness. One day, Lydia was offered a newspaper. When she got home, she read the paper and was interested in its message. She had never heard of the Seventh-day Adventist Church before. Shortly after, she found out that one of her neighbors was an Adventist. She asked the neighbor when she could get the next newspaper. When it arrived, she read every article and decided to visit the local Adventist church. Lydia talked with the pastor and began Bible studies. She attended the church every Sabbath and decided to be baptized. Since then, Lydia has become very involved in the church's outreach ministries.
I like the Adventist Church because it doesn't only study the Bible. It also does practical things and provides for people in need. I can find a ministry that fits me and implement my energy here despite my old age.
Whenever a new shipment of newspapers comes in, Lydia is always ready to help. Despite being 82 years old, the idea of ministry gives her lots of energy.
I take part in distributing newspapers. First of all, we sort them, which can be a tiring process. Then we take them and distribute them in mailboxes and on the street.
The newspaper ministry is just one of the many types of outreach this church does. On Sundays, a group meets for a fitness and health class. They exercise together and learn how to take care of their bodies. A few times each year, church members rent out a music hall and put on a special concert for the community to enjoy. People fill the seats and enjoy a variety of musical performances. Church members are passionate about serving the people around them, and it has caused their congregation to grow. On Sabbaths, the church is full with people who travel from all over the city. They sing and study together, and each Sabbath they pray for God to lead their congregation. The membership has grown so big that they have begun building a second church in Vladivostok. This new building will be used as a church and community center to host programs that serve the people around them. A portion of your mission offerings will help finish this second building. Your contributions will bless the people of Vladivostok and help share the Adventist message with this city. Please pray for this quarter's 13 Sabbath offering projects happening throughout the Euro-Asia division. And thank you for supporting the mission offerings.